I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on the Spotlight Network, we're exploring a profound shift in modern relationships with an amazing author. His name is Rick Watts, MBA, and he has penned a powerful book. It is called Glass Slipper. This groundbreaking book serves as a guide for men navigating the role of a trailing partner, redefining leadership and success in a supportive partnership. If you've ever wondered how to thrive in a non-traditional role or redefine masculinity, this is a conversation, this is a book you won't want to miss. We're delighted to have this very talented author join us here today on Spotlight. We thank the team at Atticus Publishing for helping us put him in the spotlight today. And we ask viewers like you to support authors like him by subscribing to our channel and by purchasing his powerful book. The links are below this interview. Rick, great to see you here today on Spotlight.
Thank you. Thank you.
This is a terrific book. Forever, it seems, there's been supportive wives as their husbands went out and earned the bread. Now things are turning around a little bit. In some cases, women are pulling ahead in the career arena, and men have to take a step back to support her. And that's okay. And that's something that happened to you in your own life as well. It happened through traveling and moving and so forth. Tell us a little bit about your story.
Well, Logan, I never forget, I was in New Orleans. That's my hometown. And I was in the field of managed care. I used to be what they call a physician recruiter.
Hmm.
And I would go around and recruit physicians of different specialties for health plans. And all of a sudden, they took a nosedive. Managed care took a hit. They had a issue going on in California with Kaiser Permanente, and after that, it was taking a nosedive. And I found out not only in Louisiana but across the nation. And I had to try to regroup. I had noticed that they were. My wife had been in a position where she was helping train managers at one major insurance company, and I was asking her why was she training them? Why don't she move up management on her, her own?
Hmm.
She said, "Hey, that would require relocation," and she said, "I'm not moving without somebody coming with me. You'll come with me?" I said, "Yeah, I'll come with you." And I basically was trying to set myself up to get out of Louisiana and go and explore the world, in
Hmm.
which I would reposition myself. I would use her as a vehicle to get out of Louisiana. And once we land wherever we would land, and I thought it would be like Los Angeles, Atlanta, New York. I'm thinking Chicago, big cities. And we ended
Hmm.
up at Tulsa, Oklahoma, and right outside a little suburb of Tulsa, Oklahoma. And she had to start work right away.
Hmm.
And we had two boys, 13 and 3. And
Hmm.
somebody had to take care of them. So I assumed the role of Mr. Mom. I found out in Oklahoma that the managed care arena, like I said, was taking a nosedive and they were not hiring. So I kind of like hunkered into going to soccer meetings, looking after homework, going to swimming classes, soccer classes for my two sons. And for 5 years had passed. But within those 5 years, I picked up an MBA there in
Hmm.
Oklahoma in e-commerce. So I was still looking for my angle on how to put it, reassuming the breadwinner position within my family. But my wife started getting promotions like every 2 years. She was getting promoted. And so we were relocating from one town to another about 4 times. And they all were within about 2 years. And I had assumed the insurance license to sell insurance when we went to, I did that before I left Oklahoma.
Hmm.
So, in order to build up a clientele, you have to be there. You had to be on the ground for
Yeah.
5 to 10 years. And I wasn't getting it done with her being promoted. But you know what, Logan, if I would have had a blueprint, as I put it, Because I fought against it. I tell you, I really fought against not being the breadwinner. I had nobody around me telling me how to do this. And matter of fact, I had more friends. And I'm gonna tell you, New Orleans is a old school, the wife served the husband type mentality. And they were like, "Man, what's going on? You need your head examined, or why are you doing this?" and so forth. But like I said, I believe that I was strong enough that I can hit the ground running wherever I would land. It just so happened I hadn't planned on never landing. So we just we went to the corporate office of this big company, and she got maybe about five, maybe four promotions there at the corporate office, but it took her out of the corporate town, which left me there. And I started getting involved in social media, and I wanted to find some kind of something I can do that I can do from anywhere. And so I started working with organizations, local organizations, then local businesses. And then I was hired to teach social media for business at a junior college there in the corporate office town. So yeah, that's how I kind of. But I had started writing this book somewhere around 2010, because I was like, man, somebody needs to just chronicle this here effort because it's happening. Let me tell you another thing I had noticed, Logan. My wife was going to so many different conferences, and they'll be like weekends. She brought me along. But as I was attending these big industry conferences, I noticed there was more and more women. It was like, and I'm talking about the insurance industry. And I had just noticed, I said, God, man, I don't know if the guys are all playing golf, but they can't be playing golf all the time. There was just an you know, overwhelming number of professional women on these scenes, and they had big positions. And then some of these were within a certain company, and some of them was like industry-wise, where you would see many different companies show up at these conferences, and they were just. And I said, man, something's going on here. Then I started doing research, and I find out through the labor, the Census Bureau and labor's numbers, statistics that women had surpassed men in professional positions for the first time. I guess that was 2011 or something of that nature. And that was like unheard of, but nobody was bragging about it. Nobody was, I thought it was significant that,
It is.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I tell you, being a breadwinner and breaking the glass ceiling don't mean you have to be a senior vice president. It just means that you might be the breadwinner in your family and so
Yeah.
forth. And that's a glass ceiling being broken there somewhat.
Exactly. And also there's two sides to this story. One, your wife gets to succeed in the professional arena and enjoy that, which has been a traditionally male role and realm. And you get to enjoy the wonder of going to soccer practice and, and enjoy your children on a different level, having them come to you with homework assignments and making dinner. I mean, there's something great about being Mr. Dad as well, right?
Yeah, my
Yeah.
boys were pretty successful. I'm pretty sure they benefited from my presence and so
Yeah.
forth. Yeah, you're right. I had no intentions. That wasn't in my design, but I definitely enjoyed it. I became a baseball coach, a soccer coach. Um, went to swimming meetings. Got to know one of my sons was a gifted, talented kid, and I was going to gifted, talented meeting. For you know it, I was the district chair of the the local chapter of gifted, talented kids and so forth. So yeah, that was a route that I didn't anticipate, but I truly enjoyed it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think your boys did benefit greatly from seeing dad in a non-traditional role. It frees them up in the way they visualize what a man is as well. A man can be a nurturer as well as a breadwinner. You
Agree.
can do both. You can do one or the other. It doesn't matter in today's changing society. And I think that's what it's all about. Women's liberation should also be about male liberation.
I
And I
agree.
think that's great. I think it probably strengthened your marriage as well. The
Right.
fact that you were such a loving, supportive husband and father. Your book tells the story of 10 men, correct? Not just your story, right?
That's correct. Yeah, 10 men who experienced the same situation. And I've talking to many, many, many more outside of those 10, but they do highlight various perspectives on the same route that I took. But it was, like I mentioned, a breadwinner in any particular family that's female, that's non-traditional, is breaking a glass ceiling.
Yeah.
And and so you see this variation of gentlemen, of guys who had their own perspective on this particular storyline.
Exactly. And I think it's great, it's effective, and I think it is truly a groundbreaking book. It is called Glass Slipper. The book serves as a guide for men navigating the role of trailing partner, redefining leadership and success in a supportive partnership. If you've ever wondered how to thrive in a non-traditional role or redefine masculinity, or just feel free from being held back by the constraints of society, this is a book you won't want to miss. Rick, thank you so much for joining me here today on Spotlight.
Well, thank you, Logan. I appreciate your time.
I appreciate your time as well, sir. And to the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time this time. Until next time on Spotlight.